Hey everyone, welcome to Never Metal. Today we're going to be doing a high point 9mm carbine, and what we're going to be doing is just basic take down, clean and lube, put back together. Not modifying anything or changing the specs of this gun whatsoever. Just what I would call a simple clean and lube, and it's a bonus. We're going to do some color fill on this. But here's what we got to work with. This one is a Hootie Hoos. We are going to get rid of the heat cannon. As you see, there is no mag in this firearm. This firearm's locked open. It is 100% empty. I've already double checked that. So come on in here and get up close, and I'll show y'all how to take one of these apart. It's not as bad as it seems. Like I say, first things first, make sure your firearm is empty, which I have, and I have showed y'all. Now on this one, we're going to take his scope loose and get it out of the way. Oh, that's tight. Right, we got a pair of pliers. You got a pair of pliers, it's all good. If it gets any more serious than that, then I'd pull out the vice grips. Just set it over out of the way. Alright, now first things first, you need to take the front sight off. For all of this, you're going to need some Allen heads, but there is 2 Allen heads down in there. You do not have to take them all the way out. Just loosen these up, just like so. And the front sight will literally just slide right off of it. Now, let's go ahead and flip it up here. This little lever right here, hopefully y'all can see that okay. Pick it up. You gotta try to pick it up. Well, it's being a pain. You might need a helper to pick it up. But it does just come up. And guys, I don't think this gun's ever been taken apart, really. This will just, with the stupid lever up, this will just slide. This top will just slide right off of there. And as you know, as soon as I go do a video on it, it wants to be a pain. That's okay. I got a hammer. And a screwdriver with a green handle, so I will tap it off of there. If all else fails, get a bigger hammer. Oh, well that just comes off of there, just like so. Set it over here out of the way. Excuse me. Right, now we'll flip it upside down. This little slider right here where your serial number is, that'll come off. Sometimes it can just come right off. Other times, you need an ugly screwdriver, and I'm gonna grab my hammer. I know I'm being lazy today. I'm hitting everything with a hammer. Alright, now that just slides right out of there. Remember how that came out, so you put it back in correctly. Now, there is a pin here, and there is a pin here. What you do, hopefully y'all see that okay, push that pin in because it's spring loaded, and then just pull this back. Don't tell me I'm going to get a hammer for that too. Alright, and that lets it come out, like so. And do the rear one the same way. Guys, don't get old where your hand's gonna hurting on you. Make stuff like this very difficult. So we got a hammer with a plastic thing on it. Right, and this one will just pull out. It's just being a pain. Ah, there we go. You see it's got a little spring right there. You see that at the end right here? Both of them do, so make sure you don't lose that little spring. Alright, now all of this should just come right off there. Alright, here's how I do it. I had to get the phone, guys. Oh, I've got to take the handle off. Not stupid on that. And sometimes I answer the phone thinking this and that, and other thing, you'll forget this and that. And the other thing, why won't this thing do what I want it to do? Come on off there. Okay, the cover comes off first. Sorry guys, got a little frustrated because I have to stop for the phone. And I can just sit over there. It's just a casing, in other words. Now, all of this should just come right out of here. Don't tell me I'm going to have to take this handle apart on this one just to get the receiver assembly out. I shouldn't have to. Guys, I do not think there's anything else in there holding this together. It does not feel like it. Maybe it's just giving me a hard way to go. Now, on this particular model, I may have to take that apart to get it to go. Well, and if it's complaining about it, let's just do it. And that is an Allen head of a size I probably don't have. Not that one. Well, you know it couldn't be that one. Not that one. Not that one. And it's that one. Yeah, I hate to go take all this apart. But it looks like it's hanging up in here. It may just be hanging up because of age. I do not know. But we're going to find out. The two screws are out. Yeah, that would not come out because of the safety right here. If it wasn't for that, it would come all the way out of there. See if we can coax it a little bit. There we go. Put the screws back later. I think I needed that extra. There's what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, I know I was a little crude doing it that way, but it worked. Alright. There's our firearm. Now, this little thingy right here, slide it off. Now, see this right here? This goes backwards. Well, it's supposed to go backwards, put it that way. There we go. Make sure it's backwards all the way and free. And just like you would one of the old style handguns. Oh, I'm getting nasty here. I don't know why I didn't put on gloves before I even started this. It's a crazy phone. Throws my mind off things. Alright, now I get on pretty gloves. Just like one of the old firearms. Just grab it. Flip back. Back it up. Well, just come back, up, and slide off. Just not wanting to be nice to me. There we go. I just had to hold it right. There's that. That is what came through here and locked that in. And the spring assembly goes right down in there. And that's it. Then we got a trigger down in there. And that's all. We'll leave all this together. This can be cleaned as is. Spring assembly. Now, we need to get that spring. I'd like to get that spring and the firing pin out of there if I can. There we go. As you notice, that little tab space in that way. So the spring, there we go, and the firing pin. There we go. Now that hollows that out, except for the extractor, and I'm not taking it out. There's actually nothing wrong with this firearm. It's still functioning fine with no issues whatsoever. It was just requested more than one time that I do a video on how to take one of these apart, clean it, lube it, put it back together. And like I say, because this is my buddy's, we're going to throw the part of it in there where we do some coloring on our letters. But as you can see, this thing's pretty filthy. Like I told Hootie Hoo, I seen him earlier today, we put a lot of rounds through this thing. So what I'm going to do is take these two pieces right here and go ahead and set them over in the cleaning bucket and let them soak for a while. Once they soak, I'll just pull them out and about time for a new one, ain't it? That one's looking a little rough. There we go, new one. It's just a nylon brush, nothing special. You can pick these things up dirt cheap. As a matter of fact, I get a package of these. There is this one, I think a brass one, a steel one or something like that, a little 3-pack for like $1 at the Dollar Tree, so you can't beat that. Well, let me dump these and let them soak a little bit and get all this stuff cleaned up. Alright guys, while that's soaking, we want to go ahead and get this yeet cannon off of here. I'm using a non-acetone, okay, fingernail polish remover, nail polish remover, whatever you call it. Just make sure it's non-acetone. I'm just going to sit here and just keep on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And it will eventually wipe it all off of there. Looks like about got in the metal, don't it? Stuff like this and any of these chemicals y'all see me using, use in a well-ventilated area. Don't get sick trying to work on your firearms. The same goes working on your car or anything. Like in the house, if you're using chemicals, watch yourself. Better safe than sorry. And that's been on there so long, it just about stained itself down into the metal. I kid you not. Now you see there's no pink on there. That light color is the color of the peanut polish remover. That stuff is not coming off. Got some Scotch-Brite here. What I'm trying, I think it's getting it. I don't want to take the finish off the gun. I may end up taking some off. Oh, I got it. Buddy, that was on there. Alright, well, we know certain fingernail polishes will really get down in the metal, apparently. This is my oil rag. Make sure that fingernail polish remover is not going to do anything else. Alright, well, we got that off there. I was going to say easy breezy, but no, we'll scrub a little bit on that. Well, there we go, we learned something. If it doesn't come off, grab a little bit of Scotch-Brite with a non-acetone remover, and it seems to get it the rest of the way off. So, hey, good to know. Well guys, looks like my battery on my camera is about to give up, so I'm going to tell y'all what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to pull them parts out of the cleaning fluid, and I'll go ahead and scrub on them some, and do that a couple of times until I get them good and clean, and while I'm doing that, I'll get the camera charged a little more. Alright guys, we've got these parts out of the cleaner. Excuse me. And I have scrubbed them down really well several times. Matter of fact, these things sat in the cleaner overnight. So, these things should be like really clean. Go ahead and get all the excess cleaner wiped off with a rag. And once I do that, I'll take the air nozzle and blow dry everything. And then I'll take some alcohol, that's all I have, and use it as a rinse to make sure that we got everything off of there. Then we'll get back to reassembly. Alright guys, I got everything cleaned, and I mean clean. So let's start putting it back together. First thing I want to do, and I've cleaned all these parts here too. Got a firing pin in, and the springs. Remember that little tab goes this way. Alright, bam. Now that wasn't too difficult, was it? Alright, I have slept since I took this thing apart, so hopefully remember how it all goes back together. Alright, let's go ahead. Find our key points in here. Get us some oil in them. And yes, I will overhaul everything that I can find. And I think that's fine right there. It don't sit up there, does it? Alright, I think that's enough oil for right now. Now, let's put this back on here. And if we remember right, this slid over the barrel. Now, does anybody know where we made our mistake at? I do now. Alright, here's what we've done. We forgot the recoil spring. Alright, it just goes right up in here where it's supposed to go, where I forgot it. Now, let's try again. I don't have this much trouble. I'm putting something back together. But usually I'll put it all back together the same day. And I'm really having some issues here. There we go. Now, we don't have no more parts laying here, so that has got to be everything this time. I know, right? It's crazy. That's alright, for those of y'all who didn't catch it the first, second, or third time about how to take it apart and put it back together, then I was just so nice of me to sit here and do it all several more times for you. Yeah, that's what that was about. Alright guys, now it'll play pretty here. And it just slides in there. And when I say slides, I mean you take a hammer and put it where it needs to be. There we go. Little lever locks back down. And the only other part that we have left is the sight. And why did I drop that? I found it. Alright, I don't see no extra pieces laying around. Alright, we still got the scope to put on it, but we'll put that on later. Guys, there you have it. She works. There's no sense of taking it outside and firing it, that's for sure. Now, got her all together, so, I mean, there you go. It's not a bad job. Pay attention. Don't do it like me on putting it back together. And forgetting this, that, and the other part. Just slow down a little bit when you're doing it, and you won't make them mistakes. All right. Now, we want to get some green on this thing. Hootie Hoo's favorite color is green. And about the only place we got really is just the name and stuff over here. Which is cool. That's the part that we'll do. This is just a little that alcohol that I was using to clean the car. Yeah, I use it to clean cars too. Clean the firearm with. And make sure all of that's good and clean. Nope, I shut the air off. That's okay. That'll sit there and dry just fine. And like I say, Hootie Hoo really likes green. If any of y'all seen the truck that I done for him, it's green. If you haven't seen it, you need to run over to my other channel, Heavy Metal Customs, and check that out. That truck turned out pretty awesome. Alright, grab us a couple of the cotton pads here. That's dissipated plenty enough. Of course, it's going to be a lot darker. We may have to do a second coat on this thing. Let's let that sit there and dry for a little bit, and then I'll show you how to come back and deal with it. Alright, that may be dry enough to do. And for those of y'all that complain so much I had that handle on backwards, I went ahead and turned that around. So, to me, it just, either way was fine in the hand, but I figured I'd just go ahead and do it while I had it out here. Now guys, we're going to grab our non-acetone fingernail polish remover and a clean cotton round, and just lightly go over it. Not a whole lot of pressure. Grab his little piece of Scotch Brite. You see how far the patience thing went. I grabbed the Scotch Brite pretty quick. And there we go. Green doesn't show up on that black as good as I would like for it to. But all in all, I mean, that does look pretty good. It's subtle, not too much. If you really want your colors to pop, put your base coat of white down and then put your color after the white, and you'll really get it bright. This one here, I just didn't want it that bright. I think right there looks fine. Well guys, there we have it. High Point 995, complete takedown and clean up, oil, put back together, and add a little bit of a good looking color fill on that. And we got rid of that heat can. Oh, and we turned around the front, so all y'all will be happy with that. This right here is a good little rifle. Like I say, I've shot it. Lord knows a million times, that's for sure. Just back where it was. Well, I take this thing out sniping sometimes, so. Tuck it down. I don't know who didn't make this off. Put him a red dot on there or whatever. I mean, that's up to him to do. Yep, looks good to me. And hopefully it looks good to y'all. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I enjoyed doing it. Except for the parts where I kept forgetting to put the parts back in. That was my thing. But besides that, that's a fun little project, and glad I got it taken care of. Well guys, if you would, throw me down some comments. Any questions, suggestions you have, I'll try my best to answer. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon, and please like, share, and subscribe. Again, thanks for watching, for supporting the channel. Very much appreciated. Until the next one, I hope that y'all have a fantastic day.